We're gonna go on low. Woo! Gonna hit me with the rods. Hi, hello.
Not a good connection.
Welcome, you guys. We got our groovy music going on tonight. How's everyone? How is everyone? Obviously these lives are replayed and you might be watching it later and not catch us, but let me go back to here. Yeah, you might not catch us, but here's the intro for us, and we'll see you in a second. Oh, wrong one. Whoops. Wrong one. Here we go. And we turn this on. Back to our music. Yeah, we might have done a little backwards. Anyways, I'm Sandra and
Justin?
You know what that voice he just used sounds like him at the drive-thru? This is Justin at the drive-thru. Hi, welcome to Burgerville. What would you like today?
What? I'm the one that's ordering.
Hi, this is Burgerville. What would you like today, sir?
Oh, a burger and some fries, milkshake.
I got to hear him once on the phone, and this is how he was.
Short.
Welcome to Burgerville. What can I get for you?
Trying to get food at the same time.
And he's like this. I'll have a cheeseburger and fry and Coke. I'm just like, oh my God, you're so mean. Can I just say before we get started, if you do come on and you are live or on the replay, if you could comment and tell us where you are watching from. We are in Portland, Oregon, United States of America. America!
You said Oregon.
Oregon.
Oh.
America!
Wow.
Yeah, because that's how everybody else calls it.
Tarred and feathered.
Tell us where you're from and tell us if you pronounce Oregon. Because about 90% of the population says Oregon.
That's not in Oregon. It hasn't gone anywhere. Just saying. It's important to know the right way to say it. Just like it's important if you're going through the drive-thru Sandra, you have to order it a very good day to you, sir. I would like to please have a fine hamburger and fries with one of your delicious sugary sodas. Thank you, and have a good evening.
It's not true. I don't do that. I am like this. Okay, pretend like you're the drive-thru person. I'm driving. Sorry. Sorry. Go ahead. Pretend like you're the drive-thru person.
Welcome to Herbert. What would you like?
What restaurant am I at? Where am I?
At Burgerville.
Okay. Hi. How are you? Happy New Year. Can I get a Tillamook cheeseburger combo with the Coke, please?
Yes. What kind of drink?
Would you like it regular or large?
Oh yeah. What size do you want?
Oh, just regular, please.
Great.
Would that be all?
Yeah, is that all?
Oh yeah, that's it. Thank you. Okay, your total is $9.72 at the first window. Okay, thank you. I get up there and I'm like, hi, how are you? Oh, thank you. Can I get some ketchup? Okay, totally different. I envision that Justin comes up to the window and he's like this.
I am quite very nice. I was just doing a bunch of stuff that day. I would be on the phone at the same time.
I don't believe it.
But yeah,
I don't believe it.
I have terrible drive-through etiquette. I'm a horrible person when I order fries.
No, Justin's one of the best people I know, but his drive-through etiquette does need a little bit of work.
When I'm on the phone.
Yeah. So we're going to get into it today, and we're going to talk, well, if you have a question, you can ask us the question, and we will be happy to answer that free of charge. We are also both available for private readings, not on the live, because some people don't want to be like, oh my God, my husband's cheating on me, and my children are, potential serial killers. They don't like to handle that on the live. I don't know why. So if you ever want to do a private reading with Justin or myself, just message us and we can schedule a time for you. But if you're into the I'm gonna say everything and air all my problems in public, no, I'm just kidding. You can ask like one question and we will answer it free of charge. And if you would like a more in-depth answer, or you want answers from both of us, we can like bounce it off of each other, then donate. And I think there should be a link on there. So in anywho, we're gonna, is that even a thing? In anywho?
It is tonight.
Anywho, what was the other thing? Oh yeah. And you could ask us a good question because we're both rodders. That's my new word for tonight. RODDERS. Show them. We're both rodders. And that's the term I created for people that use dowsing rods, such as ourselves. Oh, and we should also show them what else we do. So his rod's trying to attack me. So we both do rods, although Justin will get a faster response, but that's not meaning his is more accurate. And also, I'm doing chakra cards, and this is in regards to health and fitness reading. So I don't use tarot cards in any way, but if you have a question about fitness, I may grab a chakra card for you. And as a last resort, if my rods are being temperamental, I use this as a pendulum. And what do you have tonight?
So
in your bag of tricks?
I have my oracle decks. I have a tarot deck. I haven't taken the time to really bond and integrate with it. I don't particularly have any issues with tarot. I just feel drawn to oracle decks more for whatever reason.
And the difference between an oracle deck and a tarot deck for those that don't know?
That's a fair question.
Some people will be like, it's just different pictures on the card. It's all the same, Justin.
Well, I consider tarot decks more a lot of divination. You're trying to view events in the future on top of what's present, what's past.
Okay. And you feel like the oracle is more...
I think that oracle decks, for me, anyway, they feel more immediate.
Okay.
Things that you're dealing with, things that you're working on. I don't ever pull an oracle card to try to read the future for anybody.
Right.
Per se.
Right. Makes sense.
It's more trying to kind of help you map your internal landscape, I think, more so than the tarot cards do. And a lot of times, when you get into tarot and like psychic type reads, it's picking up the energy around you. It's not necessarily picking up your internal landscape. So I'm always very cautious.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, in theory with that, if I go hug somebody with a bunch of dark energy and go sit down in front of somebody that's doing, a psychic read, they're like, "Oh, your life is terrible." Well, might not be that way. It might just be that it's dragged some energy over and it's throwing the read off.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't think about that. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then that's what we're going to do. And we're also going to get into New Year's resolutions and the number one New Year's resolution that people have trouble with. And we will try to help you with that tonight, which is
fitness
and losing weight and getting in shape. So let's see if we can help you guys out with that. We are going to go ahead and start off with this is actually my first time doing this on a live, but I've done it with other people. And I like for people to just kind of meditate to get your energy good. So we're just going to take like a 3 or 4 minute meditation. It's okay. It's guided. So if you're not used to meditation, just follow along for a few minutes and we'll just kind of join you on that. And then when we come back, we will get into it. So let me see if I can do this without messing everything up. Let's see. This should be interesting. Oh, okay. It's right there, actually. I think this is it. So let's see if we can make this work. First time for everything. Okay. And then I hit play. I don't know how to hit play. It should be playing. Oh, God. Did I need to go to that window?
Yeah, I mean, it's a little wireless mouse would be a lot easier to
I know.
do the thing here on the couch.
You may either keep your eyes open and watch the beauty of nature, or close your eyes and go mind's journey. Just as you're sitting or lying down,
I want you to become aware of your body. As you inhale, I want you to breathe in relaxation. And on the exhale, you're letting go of all the stress and worries of the day. Inhaling again, breathing in that positivity, and with each exhale, becoming more relaxed. You find your body is beginning to settle in and become extremely comfortable. This is your safe space. Today, we will go on a journey of healing. As you continue to breathe in, on every inhale, I want you to find your relaxation going just a little deeper. And on the exhale, letting go of all the thoughts. And if you notice other sounds around you in your environment, for each sound you hear, let it just relax you a little bit more and allowing you to focus in on my voice. I'm going to count to 5. And as I count to 5, I want you to just focus on your breath at this time. Inhaling and exhaling. I will begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You start to become more aware of your body just beginning to let go. Releasing all the cares, all the tension. And now you're going to relax all the muscles of your body as a scan of healing light begins at the top of your head. And it will slowly move down through your body, all the way down until it gets to the tips of your toes. I want you to see the light as it scans over your body. It's very healing light, and you'll find that it focuses on areas that you need more healing. And as this scanning, loving, divine light pours over your body, you feel the warmth, the comfort, the support, and the love. Now you feel a divine energy coming from above and starting to pour over your body like a warm, thick liquid. It covers your body, and the light that's scanning above you moves internally now, working on your heart, your kidney, your liver, your lungs, your muscles, every organ, every muscle is being relaxed, rejuvenated, and recharged. You feel this healing sensation floating all around you. And there's a very calm presence of mind that comes with it. Now I'm going to count to 5 again. And this time, I want you to see a beautiful setting in your mind. So just close your eyes for a moment. And I want you to go to a beautiful place. A place that you love, a place that brings wonderful memories of happy times. Perhaps it's a place where you went as a child, or it's a memory shared with others that you have loved in the past. Nevertheless, this very wonderful setting that is just for you, I want you to notice it all around you right now. As this healing light continues to move through your body, permeating every muscle, every tissue, every organ, rejuvenating your entire body. And now you'll let your mind go on a healing journey as you're in this wonderful place from long ago. I want you to look around. What do you notice? Are there people? Are there animals? Do you hear any birds? Are you outside or inside?
Take a nice deep breath now.
Notice the smells around you.
Hopefully you're just coming back now and you've relaxed a little bit. Just take a moment, becoming more aware of your body and your breath. We like to just relax a little bit as we get into this. Okay, come on back. How you feeling, Justin? Justin's over there like, okay, so let's turn this down and talk. Okay, and again, at any point in time, if you see us live or if you see us on the replay, please comment, let me know where you are watching us from. Okay, let's get into it. Let's get into it. Justin, let's talk. Let's talk about New Year's resolutions. Can I change this music?
How the gym is going to be a mess for the next 2 weeks.
Okay, yes, true. I'm listening.
With people doing weird things.
Like
exercises wrong and just making stuff up.
Can we do hip hop?
People that walk in and go, I'm going to exercise all the muscles each workout. That type of stuff.
Hey, I exercised all the muscles. Okay, let's talk about that. Okay, so if you go to a gym, they'll tell you just to have a leg day or just to have an arm day or just have a whatever day. I go in and I do everything day. So what does that say about me?
Yeah, but you're talking body weight exercises probably, right?
No, I do weights too.
On every muscle?
Most muscle groups, yeah. So why did they say that's bad? I'm just wondering, because I've heard that too.
I think it's probably just you don't do it that way every time you come in, depending on your workout schedule.
Okay. Because you don't have a time.
I'm going to work out
enough time?
5 days a week, and I'm going to work out every muscle all 5 days a week. It's probably not the...
Is that because you don't have enough time? Okay, I think I understand. So the reason why
because you need to give recovery time.
that's because you're breaking down the muscle, damaging the muscle, and then the muscle builds back and you're buff. So, okay. So if you're a guy, that's good advice, okay? So if Justin wants to go and build up his biceps, he's not going to do all the muscle groups. He's going to just break down his biceps. And basically how muscle is made is you break down the muscle, you injure the muscle, and then when it heals, it gives you a bigger muscle in theory.
Yeah.
It should. Okay. For women, if you're a woman out there, do you really care about your biceps or like having like, really strong muscles, big muscles? Hopefully not. Hopefully it's about fitness and looking good and being toned. So for us, I feel like we can do an all body workout. And so what I'll generally do is I'll go in and what do I generally do? I'll usually hit my bigger groups first. Like I'll do legs, I'll do squats, I'll do the leg presses, all the machines for the legs, and then calves. And then I'll start to integrate my arms. And then I usually finish with torso, glutes, abs. What's your opinion on that? You would never ever do that. What would be
It depends on what I'm trying to do. I mean, if I'm weightlifting, no, I'm probably not going to do all that.
Okay, so let's say you come into the gym and you're going to weightlift. What are you probably going to hit that workout?
It depends on the day of the week, but it's usually going to be like two groups of muscles.
Okay, give us for instance.
Like people have like bicep back day, right? The weightlifters, they'll say like, oh, it's bicep back Wednesday or whatever.
People here might not know because I don't know what that means.
Biceps, back, right?
Okay.
So they work the biceps and they work the back.
Why would you do biceps and back together?
It's a good question. I just know that's how guys like to split it up.
Okay. Okay, so you get on and you do a bunch of stuff on your biceps, and then you work on your back.
Yeah.
And then that's all you do that day.
Yeah, it'd be those two muscles.
A
lot of guys will do like 20 minutes of cardio.
And then your hope is that the next day you're so sore. Is that what it is? You're really sore?
Yeah, so when you come in the next day, you do like chest and tries, for instance.
Okay.
Right. So you separate.
And for those that don't work out, chest,
pectoral muscles,
and
triceps.
Those are your triceps.
No, those are
and you want to get your triceps right here.
Right here. You got to really work these tries.
Okay. So let's talk about why everyone's going to be in the gym this week. Yeah. And then come February, crickets. Is there anyone in the gym in February?
The people that are always in the gym will be there.
Yeah, exactly.
The resolutioners will be gone.
Right. So the number one resolution that people make for a new year, every year, is to lose weight or get in shape or get fit or get healthy. And then they all are excited about this. And here we are, January 2nd. If you are watching this live, it's just past New Year's Day. Yesterday was New Year's Day, right?
Yeah.
We went out on New Year's. That was fun. But anyways, yeah, so you make these New Year's resolutions, which for me, my resolution for 2022 is leave me alone, because I've been through so much with 2020 and what 2021 had to dish out, like with the whole pandemic. I'm like, nah, I'm good. Like I survived, basically. I should get a t-shirt that says I survived 2020 and 2021. That's all I need to do. But what's your resolution, Justin?
I didn't make one. I just don't.
I feel like we're all past that now. We've all transcended.
I just don't believe in them, and especially fitness is a common one. But I was telling you before we went on the live, like we should really talk about fitness, because you being a fitness instructor and knowing as much as you do, I've been on a roller coaster for a long time.
Yeah.
I'll go way up and I'll go way
Yeah.
down. I'll go way up and I'll go way down. Sometimes I'll hit the weights really, really just for a couple of years and like, almost lose my neck because I would just get so ripped. And then I go back to just being like, having too much meat on my bones and being lazy. It's been, and I've done all kinds of different things. I've done all kinds of martial arts. I've done dance for a long time, and lately it's been hard to just do anything. And a resolution, I'm like, well, it just don't work for most people, right?
Yeah.
So what's the answer for the long term?
Well, the answer is
I want
they go
lifestyle
in.
change. I want more energy, and I want to be fit. I think that's really easy to say, but to put the rubber where the rubber meets the road is the challenge.
And we're
And staying that way.
okay. So let's talk about that, because a lot of people feel like you. They feel like, oh, I'm going to go join a gym. I'm going to buy the 310 protein shake, and I'm going to start having shakes for 2 meals a day.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be a monster in the gym. And by Valentine's Day, I'm going to be just hooked up. And then it all just goes downhill. So where do you think it goes in the wrong direction?
I've been thinking a lot about this, and it's really it's a habit change, but it goes beyond just, hey, I'm going to hit the gym. I really don't know. I started reading this book called Atomic Habits, and one of the things it talks about is write what you want to do, but write first what you actually do.
Oh, I like that.
Like, detail what you actually do.
I like that.
Because we do so much in the mind,
Yeah.
but when you actually look at what you're doing in reality, like, okay, I made it to the gym 1 week last week. Yeah, it worked out. It was great. That's one day, right?
Okay.
Which is great. You went to the gym, but that's not going to give you like long lasting results you want, right?
Right.
So yeah, you just start writing down what you do each day. What do I do most days? Roll out of bed really late, maybe do some laundry and sit on my computer most of the time. I read this really funny joke that said, guys are great. They look great and they're doing great things until they get the 2 monitors and a light up keyboard and it's over. And when I got the 2 monitors and a light up keyboard at the height of the pandemic, it was just like,
Yeah.
I just plant myself in front of my computer all day and I just waste copious amounts of time. I got YouTube, I got Netflix, I got this, I got that, I got video games. It's all right here. I don't have to go anywhere and do anything.
You don't even have to shower because nobody sees you.
But yeah.
You're just in your room.
Yeah.
That's how people lose themselves for 3 weeks and they don't shower because they're in their room and they're ordering DoorDash. And they're like, ding dong, there's dinner.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
My ex and I, one weekend, joked about, we called it the drug den weekend because we never left. We just laid in bed watching shows and stuff all weekend and just door dashing food.
You know
just
what,
had
though?
boxes and bags everywhere piled
Okay.
up all weekend.
I'm going to defend
We were
what
like, this is like a drug den. in here.
I'm going to defend that. I'm going to defend that. There's nothing wrong with doing that if you're with your loved one, because then it's bonding time. You guys are having
True.
bonding
True.
time.
It was fun and funny at the same time.
Okay, so here's what I think the reason it doesn't work. And I'm going to tell you that you are your own worst enemy. And I don't mean that as you're a bad person. What I mean is your body is very fucking smart. I don't know if I'm allowed to say fucking, but I'm going to say it anyways. It's damn smart. Your body has a memory, okay? It's almost like, so you guys all have a cell phone, right? And you know how you have your cell phone, like it predicts what words you're going to type, and you start to type something and it can finish it for you. Your phone is constantly learning from you. Your computer's learning from you. Your body learns from you. So now you have a body that, let's say it didn't take you a day to get to where you are. Let's say if you're trying to work on losing weight or getting in shape, it didn't take you a day to get there. So it's going to take you a lot more than a day to get away. But here's what happened. Your body over time, it learned a pattern. And if you fight that, you literally throw your body into survival mode. So in Justin's case, may I use you as an example?
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay. Justin is working, he's telecommuting from home. He might get to the gym 2-3 days a week.
I made it once this week.
Okay. So let's say he's getting there once or twice a week, okay?
You say I'm going to hit the gym, you hit back.
Okay. So the reason why Justin says that is because his body is used to being sedentary. His body is not used to being in motion. Whereas like 5 years ago, He was swing dancing and, at night, and then he was at jujitsu the next day, and then he was hitting the gym on the third day, and he was probably active every day. But what happens is our bodies get used to what we've been doing. So now he's been sitting, and like many of us during the pandemic, we've been home, right? And unless you have like a state-of-the-art gym at your house, you probably weren't working out. So the problem is your body is trained to not want to move. If you haven't been moving, your body does not want to move. A person that moves all the time literally craves to go into the gym. Now, let me address the eating end of it, okay? Your body learned from that too. So I am a sugar junkie. What's your weakness? Carbs, sugar, pasta, bread, alcohol?
Definitely
all of the above.
Not alcohol, but definitely carbs and sugar.
Okay. And so Justin loves his carbs and sugar. I love the sugar. I am like a sugarholic, right? So what happens is our bodies, and more importantly, our brain, because sugar and carbs and insulin spikes and glucose levels, those all affect the chemicals that are being like pushed out in your brain. So there's actually a high that comes with sugar and carb and drinking, even certain alcohol. So when you eat food, especially if it has, like if it's just fresh fruits and veggies, it's fine. But if you're eating anything else like bread, pasta, rice, cereal, oatmeal, candy, chocolate, beer, any of that, it's going to give you a high reaction. The problem is 20 minutes later, the reaction is gone. And like a heroin addict, you have to have more. Now, you have been like this for months, right? You've been on the insulin and the sugar and the alcohol and the pasta, and this is what your insulin looks like, okay? So now Justin decides, if we're using him as our example, he says, I'm going to start doing a protein shake in the morning. I'm going to have a salad for lunch, and I'm going to have a healthy dinner. Okay. Well, Justin's brain is going to instantly rebel against him, and he might be strong enough to fight his brain for a week, maybe 2, maybe even a month. But guess what? Eventually he's going to lose, because your brain is going to fight you until you give up. Your body is going to fight you until you give up. So until you change your understanding of why do people go on a diet and then they give up? Why do they join the gym and they give up? Okay. When you start eating healthy like Justin, and he starts doing his protein shake and his salad and his good meal, he's feeling great about himself, but his brain isn't getting the high. And his brain is mad. It's like literally taking an addict off drugs. So for how long can he stay sober? How long do you usually go, would you say? Before you just break down and go have a candy bar?
Yeah, it might make a week before I snag at Coke or something,
Okay, a week or two.
I call it the devil's syrup, man.
Yeah. So same thing with exercise. Now, you go to the gym, your body doesn't want to move. You go to the gym, you kill yourself at the gym. The next day how do you feel after you kill yourself at the gym?
Oh, I was very sore the past few days.
SHIT.
Very sore.
So bad. Your muscles are hurting. You're miserable. And you're like, wow, I pushed myself and now I feel like crap. What is the point?
And that whole endorphin high, I didn't get it. I was just like, I just got home and I was like, ugh.
The payoff, the endorphin payoff does not come right away. It does not come right away. So here's what I do. It's called pulsing, and it's based on a whole medical thing that we've learned.
No.
You got to pulse. So my trainer used to tell me, that could be pulsing too. My trainer used to say, you can have one cheat meal a week. Just get through your whole week and fantasize about what you're going to have on that cheat meal. And go to the gym, do your workouts, but know on that Sunday, it's not enough, you guys. It's not enough, all right? So what you want to do is you want to pulse. So in Justin's case, what I would tell Justin, if I were his fitness coach or whatever, I would say to Justin,
What?
Okay, I would say to Justin, can you find 3 days a week you like the classes? And he says, yeah, I like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I like the classes on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Okay, are they going to get your heart moving? Are they going to get your cardio? Are they going to get your, it's called HIIT training, high intensity interval training. So if he's addressing that 3 days a week, I'm going to say to him, on those 3 days, Justin, can you not have anything that's sugar and nothing that's processed? No soda, no alcohol, no nothing. Can you just have fresh fruits and veggies, either steamed or fresh, and then no like none of the rice, pasta, bread, none of that. Just have some protein, no animal products either. So just do like fruits, veggies, maybe some beans for protein or tofu, right? You could have tofu, right? So just on those 3 days, Justin, that's all I'm asking is on those 3 days, eat that really amazingly healthy food and push your body to the limit and really go to the gym and kill it at the gym. Can you just do that 3 days a week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday? That's all I'm asking you. And then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, try to cut back on the bad food. If you can get out for a walk or you can go on a hike with a friend or go bike riding, that's great, but you're not required. Just commit yourself to your Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. After a couple of months, Justin would start to feel amazing during those 3 days. He would start to feel that endorphin. It doesn't kick in right away. But once you start working out on a regular basis, your body starts to enjoy it. And you get over that, ooh, yucky, I'm sore, I'm in pain, that kind of thing. And now you're eating better. So your body's starting to feel the difference between the days you're eating well and you're working out to the days you're not. And I can tell you, I do this pulsing Monday through Thursday. I eat really healthy. I kick the butt at the gym. And then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I relax. Today is Sunday. I feel like hell because I had a Coke. Today I had a cookie. I had popcorn, stuff that I don't usually eat that's not good for me. And I haven't been in the gym. So I am craving going back tomorrow to get back into my thing. So now I'm at 4 days a week on and then 3 days off. Justin would be 3 days a week on, 4 days off. Eventually, in a couple of months, I would tell Justin, hey, can you find one more day a week that you really like the classes, you really like the workout? And he says, yeah, I'm into Saturdays. I have to go hiking with my hiking group. Okay, can you add Saturday to it? So now you still have Friday and Sunday off. And you can still not work out and eat the way you want to eat, have a beer, whatever you want. But can you do your Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday? I prefer to have it in a block of time for me. But maybe Justin doesn't want to do it that way. It's still pulsing. If you chose to do 1 day on, 1 day off, you might say to yourself, well, that's gonna counteract what I'm trying to do. It's not. It's gonna help you because I promise you that once you start doing it, you're gonna feel a difference, and it's gonna be easier for you to make it a little longer and a little longer. And even when I'm being the best I can be, and maybe Friday and Saturday, I'm like, I don't really need to have any animal product. I'm not really craving steak. I love steak. It's usually meat I crave on the weekend. Maybe that one weekend, I don't even think about it. I just have like salad and I eat fruit and Friday and Saturday, all of a sudden I realize like, wow, I just like totally followed that. Your body will start to learn because the memory is changing now. Your memory, the memory in your brain and the memory in your body is changing. And you might start to slip into those healthy patterns without even realizing and going, oh my God, I could have had McDonald's today. It's Saturday. Oh, damn, I didn't have to have that tofu and veggies. So that's what I'm recommending to people.
So wouldn't you, I'm just thinking about, you're talking about the ups and downs, your body gets used to something.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're going to start going to the gym, wouldn't this time of year just be the worst time to start? Because you go from all the lethargy, all the food, all the candy, all the sugar.
Yeah.
The fact it's hard enough to motivate yourself if you, like us, when you're covered in perpetual darkness.
Yeah.
It's like the worst time to try to motivate yourself to go to the gym.
It is like the worst time.
You've got all these things that you have to battle against just to get there.
It's the worst you could possibly feel. It's like the drug addict saying, I'm going to get off heroin. It's my last night. Let me shoot up all night long so tomorrow I can really start in style. And that's exactly right. And I have a teacher, her name's Alicia. I won't give you her last name, but she kicks butt at my gym. She is so amazing. And I do HIIT training with her, which is really, I'm going to give you advice. Never take a class with your teacher.
What's HIIT
because training? High intensity interval training.
Okay.
Or CrossFit. Okay. Some people call it CrossFit, but it's not really CrossFit. But CrossFit is a form of HIIT training.
It is.
Yeah. So we do this class together, and my teacher always finishes first. Guess who always finishes last? I always finish last. But you know what? I'm not a competitive person. For me, it's all about my form and how I look great doing it. like I want to have really good form and do everything right and not injure myself. So I'm not trying to, I'm like the turtle and she's like the hare in the race, right? She gets there first. I finished, but I finished in my own time. She came back to the workout it was the day before New Year's Eve. And she said, Sandra, I feel like terrible. Like I don't even want to do this workout. This woman lives to work out. It is in her soul to work out. Okay. She teaches like 3 days a week and then she does her HIIT training on her other days. Like what? But she also teaches PE in a public school. So the woman just goes and goes. Her body's memory is to move. Right. And she comes to me and she's like, I don't even want to do this. I just don't feel good. And I said, what do you think it is? Do you think you're catching a cold? And she said, no, I think it's just like she was off work. So she wasn't teaching at the school. She wasn't running around with the kids. Her kids are off school. So now she's cooking for them and probably eating bad with them, like they're eating kid food. Kids can eat anything and be fine. And then she's with her hubby who's off work. And now he's probably like, let's have burgers tonight, and she's not working out as much. So our body it adapts really quickly for the good or for the bad. So what Justin said is absolutely true. This could be possibly the worst time. Is there a worse time you could actually try to get in shape than after the holidays?
I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, if you went to do it in the summer, I mean, you're already getting charged up by the sun. You're already being more active naturally.
Yeah.
I think people are just naturally out and about more.
Yeah, more active. At least where we are in the Pacific Northwest.
You're trying to get momentum uphill from a dead stop, basically.
True.
Yeah.
And even my yoga teacher invited us over on New Year's Eve. That's their party we were at. And her husband and they hike, not this time of year because it's snowing and cold and rainy, but they're hiking. Their sons are very active. She's teaching yoga, really healthy family. And they had us over on New Year's Eve. And she said, after tonight, I'm going to get back on the wagon and do the right thing and eat healthy. Okay. Did you see what their food was? It wasn't even that bad.
No, it was mostly fruit.
It was like charcuterie. I can never say this, charcuterie board, the big board with it had fruit
fancy schmancy.
Yeah, the fruit and the veggies and the fresh veggies with the this and the that.
Yeah, their food was not bad.
They had some luncheon meat and cheese, but like, I was thinking to myself, this is what you call a bad diet.
They had the hot dogs though, but they had hot dogs.
Oh yeah,
gluten-free, uppity hot dog buns.
They did them on like whole wheat.
So funny to me.
They were probably Angus hot dogs on like whole wheat buns. And if you're gonna
free dogs, I guess. I don't know.
Hot dogs are quite possibly the worst food you could ever eat, and I love them.
Wretched, yeah.
But at least they did it as healthy as they could, and they cut the hot dogs in half, so you could still get the feeling of like you had a hot dog, but you didn't have to eat the whole thing, which is that's smart. But yeah, I think I would say that's I think that's a good thing. Now you talk to them for a second. I'm going to bring up a couple questions on fitness.
So I had something else that I actually got this from, it was a presentation I watched from Tony Robbins many years ago, and he talked about this. He said challenged this particularly around, he was talking about flu season, and he's challenged, if there's a doctor in the room, stand up and tell me if a virus is alive or not. He says they're not alive. They're just they're just some type of coating that runs off of different things in your body, right? And he talks about how in the holidays, alcohol, lots of alcohol, most of us, right, which overwhelms your system and does massive damage, right?
Guilty.
Kills tons of brain cells. I mean, I know a glass of wine a day is supposed to keep you healthy and stuff, but I mean, most of us are not doing that around the holiday time, right? We're reflecting on the terrible year and we're just kicking them back like crazy.
Right.
Then the food, like we are flooding ourselves with like high starch, high fatty, high acidic foods.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then you throw on all the sugar on top of all of that.
Right.
Right. And then you throw, I mean, some people, the holidays roll around and they're so happy and they're peppy and it's almost nauseating how much they enjoy this time of year. And then there's a lot of the rest of us that are just like, is it over yet? Right? Like,
yeah.
It's this big ball of stress.
And let's not forget
people,
let's not forget about people that are away from their family or don't have a family.
I've been that guy.
That's really hard.
I've been that guy.
My son's in the
Yeah.
Navy and he's on a ship right now, and I didn't even get to talk to him on Christmas. Can you imagine?
I Hunger Man turkey dinnered it one year
Yeah.
because I was deployed somewhere for the military.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you've got all these factors. None of them are good for you, right? And so you're just flooding your body with stress, bad food,
Mhm.
your schedule, like staying up later than
Mhm.
usual, like all these different factors, right? And then suddenly here comes flu season. People start getting sick.
I wonder
Left
why.
and right.
I wonder why.
And one of the things you said was like, you would not pile like bags of trash all throughout your house, and then when you find a rat, go, oh, the rats brought all this trash.
Well, and can I have this whole I have this whole list of questions, but
it makes perfect sense.
Justin brings up a really good point, you guys, and that is when you pile all those things on your immune system, you have disabled. So I want you to think about for a minute how you can disable an electronic. Give me an example of something electronic you can disable.
Just take the batteries out.
Take the batteries out, unplug it from the wall. That's okay. Your body is the same way. And can I say that in regards to, and I can't say the C word, but you all know what I'm talking about, right? Pandemic. Okay. What can we call it rather than COVID?
I
have to be careful.
I've been calling it the plague.
Okay. Well,
before the plague, everything was
Okay.
great. Like everybody had all these plans before the plague.
Okay, so let's talk about viruses in general, okay? Because what we've been experiencing is a virus, right? It is a virus, if you weren't aware, if you haven't turned on a TV in 2 years. But here's the thing about viruses is that Dr. David Sinclair, my hero, if you listen to my videos, you know, I worship you. Not kidding. I worship this guy, but still, Dr. David Sinclair is wonderful. Harvard Medical School says that you can go and get boosted and you can go and get vaccinated and all that good stuff. And that's great. But the bottom line is it's a virus and there will be other viruses. So what are you going to do, Justin? You got this guy over here that's like smoking and eating McDonald's every day and drinking beers every night and not working out, 100 pounds overweight, has diabetes. And he's like, I got to go get my vaccination right now. I got to go get my booster. Give me my booster. Guess what? You got 1 foot in the grave, bud. Because guess what? You might be protected. You might be protected by taking that shot. But then what about the next virus and the next virus? And that's the thing that Justin's talking about is you guys if you really care about not getting a virus and not going down in this current medical climate we're in, take a look inside. And I know this makes people angry and it's going to make you angry, but I'm going to say this to you. Okay. I'm going to say this seriously right now. Okay. If you are drinking, and I mean more than like maybe a glass of red wine occasionally once a week, that's fine. Or, New Year's Eve, we had a champagne, that's fine. Okay, I'm guilty of having 1 or 2 drinks on occasion with friends at a celebration, whatever. I don't generally drink just as a normal thing, but eliminating alcohol, not smoking, and even when it comes to marijuana, you guys, even if it's legal, you are putting something in your lungs. So go have an edible. Do not smoke anything. Do not smoke, period. The end. Like, I don't care if, it's cloves, it's okay. Oh, it's pot, it's okay. It's not okay. It's not okay. You don't want anything in your lungs. Do you go into a house that's on fire and just go, oh, this is so great. It's the same thing, you guys. You're putting smoke in your lungs. What are you thinking? So if you do that, if you stop smoking, you stop drinking, you start working out, you start eating healthy, guess what happens? And then you do something called intermittent fasting, which if you see my videos, you know about that. These things will build up your immunity so that instead of Justin having the immunity he is right now, and let's say he was doing all those things and then he switched it, he would have 18 times the immunity he normally has. So what David Sinclair says is that's great. You guys are shooting up and getting your vaccination, and that's, I'm putting words in his mouth. That's not exactly how he said it, but the bottom line is, he didn't say it like that. You're shooting up with your vaccination, but the bottom line is, you guys, yeah, exactly. You got it, and that's fine. It's a personal decision. You want to get vaccinated, you don't want to. That's your decision. But what I'm saying to you is this: if you don't build up your immunity, you are doing what Justin talked about. You are knocking it down and you're knocking it down at every turn. You're knocking until there's nothing left. And then along comes whatever it is in life. And then you're sick or worse. So, I mean, I know this isn't what you wanted to hear, but I think that on New Year's, I like this a lot. Okay. So here's a couple of questions to ask yourself before setting your New Year's resolution. I want you to think about, what would you try if you knew you could not fail? Because I think a lot of New Year's resolutions are set you up to fail. One of my teachers at the gym said her New Year's resolution was to be a kinder person. She's one of the nicest people I know. And I told her, you're setting yourself up to fail. You're already such a great person. How are you going to be a nicer person, right? So I know that seems like a silly example, but if you can, for you to say, I'm 50 pounds overweight, I'm going to lose 50 pounds this year. You might be setting yourself up for failure. So why don't you try this? Why don't you go in and just try to just set your goal as 10 pounds. I'm going to lose 10 pounds. Or even better yet, I'm going to go to a class, or I'm going to go get on the treadmill in my garage for an hour a day, 3 days a week. That's something that you can actually do, right? I mean, it seems like that's a plan you could actually win. What about this one? Would you like to be your biggest triumph by the end of the year? So by setting a goal that you can actually achieve, it makes you feel good about yourself, And what's she looking at over there?
I was looking at, we have some comments that I was looking at. They don't make sense, and I don't even acknowledge them.
Yeah. Okay. I'll figure out how to block them.
They don't have any value.
I'll figure out how to block them eventually. They don't even show up later on a replay unless you quote them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I have no idea what I was like. What is that?
Somebody.
I was letting you talk while I was researching.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm going to give you one more. Let's see. What would you be most happy about completing? So not setting yourself up to fail, feeling like you won at the end of the year because you actually made your goal. What would you be most happy? And maybe, maybe it is a fitness goal, but make sure it's a goal that you can actually attain. Make sure it's something that's not unrealistic. So what's an unrealistic goal that you could set for yourself right now?
An unrealistic goal?
Yeah.
I'll be retired by the end of this year. That's probably would not happen. As much as I would love it.
Why? Why wouldn't it happen?
I have to make probably like $500,000 in a year.
To retire?
Yeah.
So why couldn't you make $500,000?
Well, I don't even have a foundation to start with.
So what's an attainable goal that you could set that you could probably complete and achieve by the end of the year?
Maxing out all my retirement accounts. I can pull that off.
Okay. And what that would mean is giving the maximum amount out of each paycheck towards your retirement.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there you go. And that's something he can do and feel like $1 million because he actually does it.
Yeah, I have done it.
Yeah.
It's like $30,000 a year.
Okay, I would say an unattainable goal for me is to finish all the projects, finish writing the book, release the book, finish building the app, release the app, finish building the YouTube channel, release all the goals. I probably have 20 things I want to complete and do well, and I want to do them all by the end of the year. I probably won't get to all of them. I mean, just being realistic. And I'll probably kill myself trying, actually, because I am the kind of person, and Justin knows, I'll sometimes stay awake for 2 days trying to work and get stuff done. So not to kill myself, again, knocking down all those blocks so that my immunity is low and I get sick easy. It'd be a lot easier for me to say, can I get 10 of the 20 things done by the end of the year? And I'll probably get more than 10, but that way I'm setting myself up to be a rock star. So that would probably be my goal, is not overwhelming myself and trying to achieve something that only people that are dead have achieved. I kind of want to be alive at the end of the year.
Well, and most overnight successes They're not overnight successes, you know.
Yeah, well, you know,
One of my favorite guys to listen to, Dave Ramsey. I think he was talking about he was an overnight success after 10 years.
yeah. Well, and they also say that most people that are successful, you guys, have experienced failure many times, but the difference between them and people that just, you know, they didn't quit, they didn't give up, and they, you know, I think the example, I want to say Hershey and Wrigley. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but I think I remember the story about them because I love sugar. I remembered that story. But yeah, most people that are really successful now, they weren't always successful. They had to do trial and error, you know? So maybe being realistic, and I set my goal for 10 things this year I want to complete, maybe 5 only end up being successful in society's eyes. Maybe they only get a lot of exposure and they make a lot of money. But, you know, in the end, it's really up to me. What do I value? What's important to me? You know? And if Justin, you know, does what his plan is, he's going to feel good about himself. I'm going to feel good about myself. And going into next year, guess what? We're much more likely to achieve whatever resolution or goal we set for ourselves. Right? So what do we want to add about New Year's resolution?
Yeah, I think I'm just going to try to define some kind of daily goal or something like that. No, I'm not going to do a resolution. I just don't think they work.
Yeah, if you can just do something attainable.
Yeah.
And something you can do every day, because it's unrealistic, you guys. If we make some goal like, I'm going to build a spaceship this year. It's just this idea out in the, you know, ether, right? It just is kind of floating around in my mind. It's never going to happen. But if I could say, you know what, every day I'm going to accumulate some spaceship parts. I'm going to get one spaceship part every day. I don't know where I would get it from. But if I could get it one every day, and then at the end of the year, I have enough stuff to put something together, and then I get Justin over there, because I'm not good with that kind of stuff. So you're going to build my spaceship for me?
Yes.
We were at OMSI today, if you guys know OMSI. So that's where the spaceship idea came from. But yeah, I feel like that's a couple of good. So what do we want to, let's give them 5 tips as they go towards making their resolution. Number 1, most important tip, maybe making sure they set attainable goals.
Yes.
Being realistic.
Yeah, start small.
Start small. Number 1 is start small. Set realistic goals for yourself. Don't be mean, you guys. Stop being mean. And I always say this to you guys. Do not be mean to yourselves. I won't tolerate it, okay? And it's like, oh, well, you slob. Oh, you never work. You don't make any money. You don't have that new car. Stop. I don't like the way you guys are talking to yourself, okay? Be good to yourself. Start small. Set a realistic goal that you can actually achieve. If you were to say, is it realistic that I could finish this at the end of the year? Not, is it possible? Is it realistic? Okay, number 2.
Wasn't it? I've heard from somewhere that like if you want to work out, just go to the gym. Like, just go, right?
You probably heard it on my last video.
It might have been you. Yeah, it's like, just go. Like, and because you're gonna feel pretty awkward if you go to the gym and you're not working out. Right?
Well, yeah.
You show up and you're like,
yeah. Well, Terry Crews, the actor Terry Crews, he was president. Was he president in Idiocracy, or was that another guy?
Yeah, he was Beef Supreme or whatever.
Yeah, Terry Crews has. Yeah, he has.
Huge.
He's on one of those performance talent shows. I forget the name of it.
Yeah.
But he said, when someone says, "How does someone get your body?" He said, "Just go to the gym and bring a magazine." And they were like, "What?" And he said, "Because if you go to the gym and you sit there and read a magazine, eventually you're gonna see people walking by and they're happy and they've got those endorphins, and like you'll get the energy, and eventually you will not just keep going to the gym with a magazine. One day you're going to actually get up, dress for the gym, you know, put tennis shoes on and stuff. Don't go in there with dress shoes on. One day you might actually get on the treadmill for 5 minutes. Maybe the next day or the next time you go, you get on the bike for a little while, and eventually you work yourself in. So I think that's a really good point.
Well, it's funny at the military, I don't want to say which service I'm in, but the military station, it's not uncommon to see guys like on their lunch break or something, and they're not doing like hard cardio and making themselves all sweaty and gross or anything, but they'll just walk in and they'll just take the top part of the uniform off and they'll just hit the weights for a little bit,
Yeah.
like half hour, something, and go back to their office.
Yeah.
So I think trying to remove the deal, like I got to get my special, wear my special shorts
Right.
and my special this
Right.
and special that.
Right.
Like that was always a big thing with me too. I got to go put on all my stuff and this and that. So I've tried to really simplify that. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
And that's a good point. Why don't you just wear clothes that if you're on your lunch break and you've got comfortable shoes on and you've got comfortable clothes on, why not go take a walk? You know, eat your lunch after a nice walk. Do a 15-minute walk and still have 45 minutes left to get some food before you go back to work. You know, get that blood flowing. Okay, so number 3. Oh, number 2, I should summarize number 2. Number 2 is just go to the gym. Don't kill yourself. Don't set expectations of like, I'm going to be the next Reebok CrossFit champion by next year. Not going to happen. Probably even if you're an athlete right now, it's not going to happen. Okay. Have you seen those people? They literally make me want to jump off a bridge when I look at how great they are. Okay. So just say, you know, I love yoga. I do love yoga. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. Maybe I could do a yoga studio and I could join a yoga studio where I could go every day, unlimited, but that's silly because I probably won't. But I could set a goal. Like I'm a money person. I'm kind of frugal. So like if it was like $60 a month to join the yoga studio, I would say in my mind, going to a yoga class is not worth more than $5 to me. So 5 into 60 is how much?
I can't math.
Come on. 12 is 12.
Yeah.
Let's say it's 12.
Yeah, it's 12.
Okay. 12 classes a month divided into 4 weeks is 3 classes a week, right?
Yep.
Okay. Can I go to 3 classes a week to justify the $60? Now I've made an investment and I've paid that $60 and I'm going to get my money's worth. And believe me, I will find the 3 classes to go to every week so that I justify that I'm not paying $60 a month to go to 1 class a month, you guys, because people do it. It's crazy. Okay. Number 3. What do we think? Number 3. Can we talk about eating on number 3? You guys, your brain is addicted.
I'm starting to use pre-made meal services again.
Okay, talk about that. That's one great way. Justin does the pre-made ordering. Can you? There's HelloFresh and there's delivery ones. What?
There's if you live in a city, I would look locally first.
Okay.
But they don't really they cost about the same as what you'd spend if you went and you put all the ingredients together yourself anyway.
And what's the advantage to having a pre-made meal? Because they don't know if they've never tried it.
You just go down to get out of the fridge, you heat it up however you want, and you're good.
And you know how many calories are in it.
You know how many calories. You know where the food comes from.
Yeah.
Like they've got all kinds of places here. The one I use just because I live very east, and so they're the only ones that'll deliver out that far. Nobody else there. So
And
I
guess
don't want to have
what?
to drive in the city to pick it up. But there's a lot of great options like and a lot of them too are just using locally provided meats and things like that. So it doesn't have all the junk you get out of the supermarket and things.
Exactly.
Like that.
Exactly. I'm going to also suggest if you live in an area where they don't have that and you're not in a big city and you're out in the bush or whatever, to pre-make. So go to the store and get I like the bento boxes because they go in the dishwasher and they stay up. But maybe you like Tupperware. Go get the little pre-made, cute little pre-made, pop top, whatever. Make a big batch of something healthy on Sunday. If you work all week, make it on Sunday and just stack it up. And if you've got 3 people in your family, if it's you, your spouse, and a child, and the child's older and they eat regular, healthy food, then make enough for everyone to bring something to work or school every day, and then just put it in the fridge for the week. So now you have like 15 pre-made meals. Trust me. If you know you have this delicious thing you cooked and you spent a lot of time on waiting for you in the fridge, and all you have to do is put it on the stove or throw it in the microwave, you're much less likely to go drive through Taco Bell. Because, you're hungry at the end of the day and you're not going to cook. There's no way you have time to cook. But knowing it's waiting for you, for me, that's like a huge thing.
There was a time in my life I kept apples in the car. That seems to be when you're the weakest, right? You're driving home from work and you just... you maybe you forgot lunch that day, or you had lunch and spent a bunch of hours, and maybe you've got some like anxiety stuff too that makes you want to eat. I'd just be like, oh, I got an apple, right?
Yeah.
be 100 degrees out, and you saw and your apple in the car is going to be
Exactly.
fine,
And you
not
know,
just
they
munch
said-
on the apple instead of pulling into Taco Bell.
And they said recently that most people that live in a city pass 10 drive-throughs a day, you guys. The average person in the city passes 10 drive-throughs a day. That's 10 times that they're tempting you to eat that food. Now, don't get me wrong. And Justin knows, I love Domino's. Let me run it down for you. Domino's, Taco Bell, McDonald's, Wendy's, Burger King. Burger King, not so much. Del Taco. I love Del
Ooh,
Taco.
yeah. Oh,
Dairy Queen.
fish tacos, man.
Right. But maybe just make that on your pulsing days, on your days that you're not trying to eat healthy and you're allowed to indulge yourself. Don't break down because you're hungry and just drive through that Taco Bell. Pre-make those meals or do what Justin does and be fancy and order it so that it's all ready for you and somebody made it that you never have met. Okay. Number 4. I think we're at number 4.
I would get the junk out of your house.
Yeah.
'Cause,
I would say yeah.
Somebody, if I have like a bag of Albertsons cookies,
Yeah.
it's an American chain.
Yeah.
Albertsons.
Okay.
That's my breakfast, lunch, and dinner because it's just right there, man.
Well, and I'll add to that.
Be in my house. No.
I'm going to add to that. Set the scene at your house. And I'm not talking about just what Justin's saying to get the junk out. I'm talking about if you don't have a pair of good gym shoes, stop letting that be your excuse. Go to Ross. They have brand new Nikes for like $30. Go buy some brand new Nikes and get a gym bag. And if you have a car, carry it in your car so you don't have the excuse of, I don't want to bring my clothes. I would go to the gym, but okay.
I see plenty of middle-aged American dads that rock the New Balances with their khaki pants, so you can just repurpose those and take them to the gym.
Right. But if you see in
Real
your
stylish
house,
guys.
if you see a situation in your house that's not going to help you get healthy and that's your goal, make that work for you. Set your environment. Make sure you have some gym clothes. And I'm not saying spend $1,000. Just make sure you have some comfortable workout clothes, a comfortable pair of shoes. Shoes are important. And like Justin said, get the junk out. You know, just think in the mind frame of how can I make working out more enjoyable for myself? How can I make getting healthy more enjoyable? And then we'll give one more tip. Number 5. What do you think? We've covered food. We've covered the environment, realistic goals. I think, can I say, can we celebrate the good things rather than thinking about what we didn't do this week? Can we every week think about the good things we did this week? How we made good choices or
Yes.
we went to that class?
Yes.
Can we start celebrating that, you guys, rather than going, oh, I'm a complete F up. I paid for that $60 yoga membership and I didn't go at all this week. Okay.
You know, I just remembered a way I motivated myself. It's not very positive, but it did work. Okay, I'm just gonna say it right now.
No, we're saying positive, Justin. Positive.
Well, you have to let the people in your life know that you're going to do this, because
Yes.
what's going to happen is you're going to show up and they're going to try to give you a bunch of junky food that you don't want. They're going to try to push it, go drinking and things like that. And you might have to tell them a few times, no, I don't want that. Like, I am trying to do X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
So that can happen. But I lifted weights for 2 years, very religiously, very, very strong. And I started off by telling everybody that if I skipped the gym, now there was a caveat there. If I was injured or I was sick, like legitimately, it was okay to skip the gym or not do the same
Right. You don't
workouts,
want to
right?
make everyone else sick.
Right, but I emailed my whole office and told them that I would eat a can of dog food if I didn't show up to the. You know what? It works, and everybody was very supportive. They wanted to know what flavor I wanted to eat. They offered to go out and buy it for me. But you know what? If you think about that's another Tony Robbins tip I stole. And he talked about how this lady had done that, and anytime she'd feel like cheating or going to the gym or something, she had a can of dog food and she read the back of it and would read through the ingredients. Oh, ew, and would go to the gym. So, it works, you know. And I lifted for like 2 years. Unfortunately, I got injured, and that.
Well,
kind
do
of
we have
started
to
me
go back to the dog food routine? Do I need to go buy you some Alpo?
No.
And get it ready, Justin? Because I'll go there.
You see what I mean? See, she's already
at
wanting to
least-
support
but
me.
you know what?
Isn't this great?
I'm holding him accountable. And the thing is, you guys, you're going to have two kinds of people around you while you're doing these changes, okay? If your goal is losing weight, getting in shape, whatever. Even if you're trying to do what I do and complete your projects and be more successful, or like Justin, start putting money away. every time you make a change in your life, you guys, you're going to have two kinds of people around you. You're going to have the first kind of person that's like me. And I'm like, oh, did that work? Okay, Justin, I'll go to the store and buy you some dog food. And every time you miss the workout, you got to eat Alpo, right? Because that's what he's saying. That's what got him motivated. I think it's crazy, but
I never
sure.
did it. I never did it.
Okay.
Like, it didn't matter how tired I was. No,
So
I'm
you're
not,
gonna
I am
have-
not eating that dog food.
So you're going to have people like me, and then
Force
you're going to
feed
have a
chunks and
person,
stuff in there.
and then you're going to have a person like this. Tell me how you're going to get in shape. I'm going to be the other person right now. Tell me how you're going to get in shape. Just go ahead. Just share with me.
Oh, I'm gonna get out of bed early and go to the gym every morning.
Why would you? That's so stupid. Why would you even do that?
Yeah, like what's the point?
Yeah, you're gonna have the people that are going to fight you at every turn, and you're gonna wonder why they're so pissed off that you're doing something for yourself that's beneficial. And I'm gonna tell you that
People
there's.
just love you for you.
I'm gonna tell you that it's not that they don't love you. It's because there's an ulterior motive there. One is either if Justin's telling me he's gonna get in shape and lose weight, what does that say to me? You know what I think? I think he's judging me. I think he thinks I'm fat. He thinks he's better than me now because he's going to the gym and I'm not going to the gym. Who does he think he is? You know what? Screw you, Justin. Okay, that's the first kind of person. The other kind of person is like this. Wait a minute. He's going to start going to the gym and working out and eating healthy. And now I'm going to be eating pizza and cake alone and feeling bad about it. So what I'll do is I'll just wait until he goes to the gym and I'll have his favorite pizza here. And I'll be like, hey, Justin, I got your favorite taco pizza. You want some pizza? Okay. And that person is not going to help you. So you guys,
No.
The first person that's supporting you, get as many of those people around you as you can. And unfortunately, if that person that's giving you the problem is like somebody really close to you, you're going to have to practice good boundaries. So let's practice good boundaries for a second. Justin, tell me you're about to get in shape.
I'm gonna get back in shape.
That's just stupid. You're fine now. Why would you even need to do that?
You're beautiful just as you are.
No,
Why
you
would
gotta-
you have to?
Give me good boundaries. Show me good boundaries. Okay, let's do it. No, he's not good at this. I'm gonna do
I'm
it.
not, because I'm just looking at you
Okay.
like, okay, fine. I'll just
You
quietly
be-
not talk to you after
You
a
be
while.
the difficult one. Hey, Justin, guess what? I just joined a gym and I'm going to lose 30 pounds and get in shape.
Why would you do that? Like, I don't want to suffer. Like, I just want to eat the foods I like and watch TV and do what I want to do. Like, why would you need to do that?
Oh,
I don't
I'm
see the point of
sorry.
that.
I think you might have misheard me. I didn't sign you up for the gym to lose 40 pounds. I signed myself up for the gym. And what you do is totally up to you.
Okay. If you want to hang out with a bunch of like shallow people.
Yeah. Well, I mean, some people might look at it that way. I understand. I understand. You know, those are your feelings, and you're entitled to them. And I mean, I guess if you ever want to go with me, you can let me know. But I guess I won't be inviting you if you feel that way.
Yeah, that works.
Okay. You got it. You guys have to give a little bit of pushback in a nice way. If someone starts attacking you for the choices you're making that are going to benefit your life, you have to have good boundaries and don't let them get to you. And if you get angry back, you're going to make the problem worse. Okay.
I think most people just want you to live their life. It's kind of interesting. It's a like a subconscious form of validation.
Well, they either feel
You
like
know?
you're judging them for doing things differently, or they feel like you're not going to love them anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's I've noticed that. It's like
Yeah.
people want you to live their life. If I say, well, I don't think I'm going to buy a house, I'm going to invest most of my money in because the homes are just really expensive and I just don't see the need for one and stuff. It's like the homeowners really go crazy in this country.
Right.
Like it's almost like a religion.
Well, and you know why they're mad? They're mad because they feel like Justin's judging them. Like, oh, are you trying to say we made a bad decision?
Oh,
We
yeah.
bought a house.
Oh,
Are you trying
boy.
to say we're stupid? Right? That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. People either fear that you're judging them or that you're not going to love them, or both. So when you get that situation, just show love, but show detachment and be firm about what you're going to do. Don't go back. Don't say, well, okay, I'm sorry. I'll eat pizza with you tonight, but tomorrow I got to start. No. Listen, I love that pizza and I've got a cheat day coming up on Sunday, and let's have that. I would love it. Can we have that pizza on Sunday? And for now, you can do what you want. Because I'll tell you something, as you start to make better choices and you start to have good boundaries, the people around you are going to eventually start to make better choices too. As long as you don't get angry and attack them. So, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh. So, are we good? Are we ready to attack our goals for 2022, baby? Yes. And yeah, when you see this, if you want to share your little comments and your suggestions for people that might be trying to do their New Year's resolutions and get things together for 2022. And as we go out, we'll put our music up and we'll say, we'll go out in the
Pulsing. Doing your pulse.
and we'll see you guys next time. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow, whatever, you know how that goes. Everybody says it. We'll see you guys soon.